Hi, everyone, and welcome back to The Creator's Take with Talk Israel. Today, I'm super excited to introduce you all to Jeremy Awakens, a powerhouse on social media with over 400,000 followers, known for his bold takes on mental health, identity, truth, and Israel. He doesn't just create, he awakens. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
What is up, Marielle? I'm really excited to be here.
Well, we're so excited to have you.
Yes.
And to start us off, I have a fun surprise for us. So I know how much you love health, wellness. We're here in Israel, so I thought, what a better way to welcome you to Israel.
Let's go.
I'm going to show you with a l'chaim of some energy shots from Tamara.
Tamara? I love Tamara.
For those who don't know, Tamara, it's one of the best juice stands in Israel. Your shakes, your juices, everything you could ever want and more. I have two kinds for us.
Are we going to take them now?
Yeah, we're going to take them.
Are they supposed to be cold?
They were cold.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can read this.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. Periot.
Briot.
Shoot. Briot.
Shot. Briot.
What's briot?
Healthy. A health shot.
Just a health shot, but it doesn't tell you what's actually in here.
So there was a sign on them. I forgot to take a picture of it, and I forget what it was. It was like ginger and turmeric, and then the other one was something that was also really fun and healthy.
This is amazing because actually... Okay, perfect.
You're needing some health and wellness right now?
I personally feel very healthy and vital.
Okay.
Actually, the girl that I'm seeing has been under the weather and I wanted to bring her some ginger and turmeric.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how about we'll take one and then the other one goes to her.
That'd be amazing.
Okay, amazing. Which one? Do you want black cap or white?
Shout out Donna.
Shout out Donna. You have a health shot coming your way, courtesy of Talk Israel.
She's going to love that. All
okay,
right.
we can also do a guess. Maybe let's do, you want to take either the white or the black and then we can see which one's the ginger and turmeric so we know which one to give her?
Sure.
Like we'll take different ones? Okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you want? What's speaking to you?
Let's do this one.
All right, so I'll take a black one.
It's kind of crazy that it doesn't have any ingredients on it. It's literally just like
health and wellness.
No, this is actually perfect though. This has been my word, my theme since I've been in Israel. Bitachon, which means full trust in the Creator, and that's such an important part of living.
And we're just going to trust that this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, you can't always just be in your head like, oh my gosh, what is it going to do? What's in it?
Let's see.
All right, let's do it. Wow.
Oh, whoa. L'chaim. What is that? Spicy. Oh, okay.
By the way, these are the only shots I like to take.
Wow.
I don't really take shots of alcohol.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, which I know is crazy because Israel is a very big drinking culture.
Yes.
And I've been drinking way more here than I do in the US, but overall, like alcohol is a neurotoxin and it literally causes inflammation on the brain. It destroys your liver, your brain, and it makes you feel like crap the next day. And so that's why I'm a huge fan of like just choosing healthier alternatives.
And have you felt that since you've been here in Israel? I know it's one of the main things that people always talk about, the food being fresher, the health and wellness culture. Is that something you've noticed since you first got here?
1,000%. Like there's no such thing as a bad restaurant in Tel Aviv. And literally every single spot, like the eggs, the avocado, the salad, the hummus, the bread, everything is amazing. I literally get a meats tapuzim every single day, fresh squeezed orange juice.
Wow.
I get my iced coffee with almond milk. Like everything just tastes better. It's not sprayed with glyphosate. Mm-hmm. It's also made with love. You can feel it.
You can feel the love from the old man at the shuk that's squeezing your meats tapuzim. Like you feel it from them.
Her name is Tikva.
You have a Tikva. Okay.
Her name is Tikva.
See, I have an Ephraim.
Really?
I have an Ephraim and you have a Tikva.
That's amazing. Yeah, she's so sweet. I went there yesterday, but she wasn't at the shuk. I was very sad, honestly, but...
Wow.
Yeah, if you're coming to Israel, it's such a inspiring place too, because you go on the Tayelet in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
And I've never seen so many attractive people in one place.
All the hot people, they're right there.
It's insane. Like the women are so beautiful. And what I appreciate so much about the women here is that they're not caking a bunch of makeup on their face. They're not filled with a bunch of like injections, fillers, surgeries. Like there's so much more natural. Not that there's anything wrong with those things.
Everyone, you do you.
But like I really appreciate the fact that the women here are so much more natural when it comes to their physical body. And they're also way more connected to themselves, and they actually have more self-respect. Like they're actually like, yeah, it's really inspiring. Like the women here are just on a different level. My dream is to marry an Israeli.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bizrat Hashem. Will you find your Israeli wife?
Baruch Hashem.
Okay, amazing. Wait, so why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, how you ended up in Israel? Walk us through a little bit. Give us a short little bio.
Yeah, so I grew up in the Bay Area.
Okay.
San Francisco area. And I went to a Jewish day school till 5th grade. Got bar mitzvah, did all the things. And then middle school, I went to a public school, high school, public school. And I really kind of got disconnected from Judaism. I never really connected to a rabbi that I respected or resonated with. Then I actually, after high school, my dad, he's like, hey, are you interested in doing this gap year program in Israel? And to be honest, I was so late on my college applications. So I was like, well, like there's only a couple colleges I can apply to now. So yeah, let's do it. That was my first time here. I was here for 9 months when I was 18.
Wow.
So I was in Bat Yam for 3 months, Jerusalem. And then I taught English at this youth village near Rehovot. It was an amazing experience. Obviously, I was 18, so I was very immature. I didn't fully appreciate the experience for what it was.
Okay, maybe spending your weekends at Shalvata, not really.
I was I was volunteering a lot, but also just like, you're 18.
Right.
You don't really like understand the magic that is Israel. Like you go to the kotel and, there's just things you don't appreciate when you're that age. And then I came back like 2 summers later when I was 20 with my best friend. Again, it was like 1 month of just a bender, just like drinking every day, partying at night. It was not a meaningful trip at all. And then I didn't come to Israel for 13 years, which was like probably the biggest mistake of my life.
Wow. And really, you really feel that way? You wish you had come in between, or you think it kind of all played out as it should have?
Like at this point, I understand that everything in my life is happening for me exactly how it's supposed to. So I'm not going to live in the past or regret not coming to Israel before that. But it's crazy that I took 13 years off coming to this place because it's like the most magical place in the world. So anyways, fast forward to maybe a month or two before October 7th, 2023. And I'm just going through a period of depression and darkness in my life. I'm not even wanting to get out of bed in the morning. And I'm like, what's going on? Because everything on the outside looks good. It looks like I'm living a great life. And just sit with myself and journal and figure out, why am I feeling this way? And during that night, I had a very profound experience where basically I had a conversation with God and he said, bro, where have you been?
like that, bro?
Yeah, literally like
God hit you with the bro?
Talking to me like I'm his friend. Like we're just homies. He's like, dude, you forgot all about me. Wow. Like you're trying to do all of these things, but you have zero connection to me. And I was like, oh, wow. So that Shabbat, I went to Chabad in Miami. And and I felt very connected. I felt very loved. And then the rabbi there, who I built a friendship with, like started meeting me in the mornings and we started rapping tefillin together.
Wow.
Really use my platform to speak the truth.
And at this point, where were you at with your platform? Like how much had you grown at this point before October 7th? What were you mostly making content about? I
would say probably on IG at the time, I was probably at like, I don't know, like 250K, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
bigger following on TikTok too. But again, I had never posted anything about Judaism.
Really?
Never anything about Israel. Not once. I was posting about health. I was talking about, mindset, like how to live the best life and how to be the best version of yourself. And then after that happened, it was crazy. Like it was very scary because I was like, yo, am I actually about to start talking about this? Because what I've learned is that once you start, you can't really stop. Right. You know what I mean?
Once you take that stance, it's a little bit hard to come back from it and not say anything.
And then it's like, and then it becomes, and it's not something you can kind of just like dip your feet in.
Right.
It's like,
you
yo,
kind of have to dive into the deep end and go for
I'm like,
it.
I'm either in this or I'm just going to like stay away and stay silent.
Wow.
And listen, a lot of people stay silent, which is unfortunate, especially if you're Jewish. It's like there's not that many Jews in the world who have a platform that they can use to actually make a positive influence. And I feel like it's an obligation to use that platform to actually spread the truth. And if you're unwilling to do that, you're a coward in a way. And it's not really aligned with being Jewish, because Jews are the most courageous people in the world. We've persevered through thousands of years of persecution. So it's like, if you're not willing to use your platform to speak up for the truth, and really like do your ancestors a favor, then I don't know what you're doing. But basically, within a month after October 7th of posting stuff pro-Israel and just being Jewish, I lost over 20,000 followers. And it was crazy because a lot of people in my life were telling me to not post about it. They're like, listen, you're here to help people with their health and bring light and bring peace. Like, you should not get involved. You're going to lose business opportunities, etc. And I was just like, there's no way I'm staying silent. And as I started losing more followers, it actually made me feel better about the mission I was on. I was like, the people that I'm losing were never supposed to be here anyways. And that's something about creating whatever it is that you're talking about. Whenever you start to become more authentic and you start to share your truth, you're going to trigger the people who are not at that level of consciousness. Because in that process, I started to cultivate this amazing community of Jews all over the world, people in Israel who were like, yo, I liked you before, but like, I like you even more now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
I was going to say, do you feel like that really strengthened your community once you chose to start talking about this? Because I feel like that's what people are so scared of, is losing their platform, losing those deals. Do you feel like in the end it helped make your brand stronger, or how was that journey?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just being in Israel these last 3 weeks has been like it's been incredible. Like last summer I was here for 6 weeks.
Okay. And is that the first time that you returned after the 13-year?
Exactly.
Okay, so last summer was the first time.
So yeah, and I hosted 5 or 6 events last summer, and it was amazing and built community. But this summer has been like 10x that. Like just getting recognized everywhere and just like feeling all the love and gratitude. And it's interesting because it's like, I haven't really been sharing that much value in a sense of like, hey, do these 3 things to defeat your ADHD naturally, or like, here's 3 foods to eat. Here's 3 things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been more so people appreciating just my authentic expression and my genuine joy for being in Israel. Like, that's what people just are telling me. They're like, yo, like, thank you for just being. Thank you for just sharing from your heart. And I think a lot of times creating can get exhausting, because you start chasing numbers and you start chasing views and you start chasing algorithms, and you actually lose the connection with yourself in that process. You lose connection to your truth. And the best feeling in the world is actually just sharing from a place of authentic expression. And that's honestly what people appreciate the most.
So did you ironically find that helped your platform and your engagement when you almost stopped caring about the numbers as much as you were before, would you say?
1000%.
Wow.
Yeah, like, it's crazy because, yeah, and it's, listen, like, I love people of all races, religions, like, none of that stuff ever mattered to me. But I truly believe that this part of my journey, God wants me to be in Israel. God wants me to serve the Jewish people. And I'm just following that path. Like, it's almost like I'm not even making the decisions at this point. I'm literally just putting all of my trust, like emunah, I'm putting all of my trust in Hashem, knowing that I'm being divinely guided and knowing that I'm just a vessel to help bring more love and healing energy to the people here. And that's why I'm here.
Wow. And I think that so many people probably that will listen to this are going to be so jealous of this mindset and want to achieve this. So one of my first questions for you is, have you always kind of had this positive mindset, been aligned, or when did you kind of feel like you really first aligned with this mission for what you were meant to do?
Yeah, I think the thing is like mission and purpose is always evolving. the cool thing I like about being an entrepreneur and a creator is that it forces you to grow yourself all the time. If you're not evolving as a human being, your business is going to get stagnant. Your content's going to be the same. It's going to be stagnant as well. So I definitely have fallen into the trap sometimes of like being pigeonholed as like this person, right? Like I started going viral on TikTok in like 2020 for these grocery store videos. And
That's
I was
when
like,
you first started making content, was the grocery store?
It was before that. Like I was making content before that, but like that's when I started really like crazy viral videos.
Okay.
And it was literally just me in the grocery store, like exposing all the bad ingredients in these foods.
Oh, okay.
And then I was doing that for months. Built a crazy following there. And then literally I would get stopped in the street and people would say like, hey, you're that grocery store guy. I'm like, yo, I don't want to be known as the grocery store guy. Like, no.
Right.
And then, but I kind of fell into it because I know those videos were just hitting every time I posted them.
Got it.
But I was like neglecting other parts of things I was passionate about. And then last year and a half, as I've been more outspoken about Judaism and my love for Israel, you know, people will call me other names, you know, you're a Zionist, you're whatever they want to say, like whatever they want to say, I don't really care because the thing is, people are always going to try to put us in boxes, right? And our job is to never allow ourselves to be put in a box because the truth is every single human being is multidimensional, right? Like I love to play basketball. I love to be healthy. And I also love to party and dance and have a great time on weekends. Like those things can coexist, right? But people are always trying to put people in boxes. And I think that is what holds people back the most is when they start to allow other people's expectations to determine the way that they live their life.
Wow. And I think it's so interesting because one of the number one advice people usually give creators who are starting out is niche down, come up with content pillars. And sometimes do you find that almost just ended up limiting you? Or how would you recommend handling that? If somebody wants to start creating content, they want to kind of find their content pillars, but how do they do so in a way that doesn't completely restrict them?
Yeah. I think honestly, at the end of the day, like I mentioned, it comes down to authenticity, especially with AI, right? Like
wow.
AI is taking over.
Yeah.
There's no stopping it. So the biggest thing that's going to separate people in the age of AI is authenticity. Because at the end of the day, we're always doing business with other humans. So you might be amazing at what you do, but if I don't like you, if I don't respect you, I'm not going to do business with you. If there's someone else, maybe they're a little less talented, but I really love their energy. I think they're like an amazing human being. I'm going to pick them over you 10 times out of 10. And I think people forget that. Right?
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
So the first thing is like owning. So another comment that I oftentimes get is that I'm very cringe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people, I bet they try to tell it to you like it's an insult.
Exactly. And they don't understand like I tell my friends and other creators is like, you need to be more cringe. You need to be 100%. More weird. You need to fully own your uniqueness. Like, because think about it, like what's the opposite of weird? It's normal. Who the hell wants to be normal? Living a normal life is the biggest fear that I have, literally.
Oh, I love that.
A normal life, especially in America, means I'm 60 pounds overweight. It means I'm living life paycheck to paycheck. I've probably had 2 divorces and I'm miserable. I'm taking antidepressants. I'm drinking myself to numb my emotions. I don't want to be normal, right? Like I want to be weird. I want to be cringe. So when people comment that, it's like my favorite thing in the world because they think it's an insult. But I'm like, yes, like it's working.
Right. Okay, so that's kind of the moment. So when do you feel like you first got comfortable being cringe online?
I honestly, I think I just started to receive so much hate that it became like, I almost became numb to it. I always come back to like perspective in terms of if someone is throwing shade or writing a mean and malicious comment to you on social media, just think about how horrible their life must be that they are spending their time and energy watching your videos. And then not only are they watching it, they feel the need to comment something mean and malicious.
And interact with it. And
it's it's a complete like situation where that person, if they actually saw you in person, they wouldn't say any of those things they would write. So people just need to understand like one of the most important things is honestly being able to separate between like the real world and the digital world. I think sometimes people spend so much time on their devices that they actually think that's their real life. So they think like, oh, I have 400,000 followers. Like I have 400,000 friends. Like, no, you don't. You don't need 400,000 friends. You need like 4 friends.
You're like, that's a lot of friends.
Yeah, like really good friends.
All those people.
So I think people just need to honestly like be able to really differentiate. And Israel is amazing because it's like, wow. One of the best things for creating is just living a fun life. It's like going to the Tayele, going to nice restaurants, like just going to a cool cafe. Like these are just moments that are just fun.
Right. And what's something that you do to keep yourself centered in all of that? Because sometimes I think it can almost be easier said than done, right? To live in the present moment and not worry about what's going on in the whole digital world.
Yeah, I think first things first is the first 30 to 60 minutes of your day just not checking my phone. Like my phone stays on airplane mode for at least the first 60 minutes of every day. And during that time, I'm taking some deep breaths, I'm journaling, I'm stretching, I'm getting some sunlight, I'm hydrating. The worst thing you can do to start your day is just wake up and start checking social media, checking WhatsApp, checking all those things, because now you're in a mindset of reactivity. Now you're fully focused on external things that are beyond your control. So that would probably be my first piece of advice is like have some boundaries to start your day and then also to end your day. Like end your day reflecting, take a hot shower.
That's the hard one. I know everyone lies at night, doom scrolling. Suddenly it's 2 a.m. and you're sitting on TikTok and wow.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too. Like, the number one, there's this book by Bronnie Ware called The 5 Regrets of People on Their Deathbed, right? And the number one regret that people have on their deathbed is that they wish they didn't spend their entire life living for someone else's expectations, someone else's dreams.
That's crazy.
Right? And it's so, but like so many people are becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer, or going to this college because it's what their parents wanted for them. Right? And it's the same thing now, but it's even worse. I think the biggest regret that our generation is going to have on their deathbed is like, I wish I wouldn't have spent so much of my life scrolling mindlessly, watching other people live their life instead of me living my own. Like, think about that. Like, that's a horrible existence.
Yeah. Oh.
So you have to have boundaries. I really spend very little time consuming content, like very little. To be honest, I want to unfollow everyone on Instagram just so like my feed is completely empty. But I know like my friends and all of the people that, I'm connected to would like probably not love that.
Yeah.
But like, I just have zero desire to consume content.
And do you think that that would still allow you to create effectively? Because I think that's something that we also all think is that we need to be chronically online and on top of trends in order to create engaging content.
Yeah, no, there's so much value in that. And I wish I had like, I'm trying to build a team that like can do that stuff for me and then like report back. I haven't found a system yet that's really working well. But yeah, like I think the most successful and effective people in the world are spending very little time scrolling and consuming other people's content. There's so much value out there. So it's like, okay, these are 3 to 5 people that I really love, right? Like Alex Hormozy, Tony Robbins. Like I'm going to consume their content, learn from them. But a lot of the stuff is just noise,
right. And those content creators that you love, what is it that you love about them so much?
Some of the people that I love, from a creator's perspective, just like broadly? That's a good question.
Or like when there's certain videos or creators you like to see, why you like to see them specifically?
I'm trying to think who I really like. I'm trying to think like whose stuff I've been consuming.
It's also probably a good sign you're not consuming too much. So that's
I'm
always
genuinely trying to think like who I'm consuming. From an Israel perspective, my friend Rudy Rockman is amazing. I think he's like he's the best communicator I've ever met. He's a very special person. So like an Israel perspective, my boy actually, who was just on my podcast, it's going to go live this week. Yechiel. You know Yechiel?
No, I don't know.
Yechiel Jacobs. He's like a Jewish comedian, and he does like these really. You've probably seen his content.
I'm sure I have. Yeah.
He's super funny. I think Hormozy for like business stuff is probably the top. I was a big Gary Vee fan. I just haven't consumed much of him in like the last couple years. Yeah, like there's genuinely like not many people. There's so many amazing creators out there.
Of course.
But like I'm just I find that a lot of times consuming other people's content and just you get into rabbit holes. It's very hard to like have limitations because our brains were not designed for having a supercomputer in our pocket at all times. Like we have more brain power in our devices, especially now with AI, than Ronald Reagan did as the American president only 30 years ago. Like seriously, it's ridiculous.
When you draw the comparison that way, it's kind of crazy.
So it's like the thing is we're not like IQ is completely irrelevant today. Think about it. Like every single person, regardless of how stupid or smart they are, have the same access to unlimited information. You can literally just do any question to ChatGPT and get the exact correct response. Right?
And you don't even have to look on Google anymore. Before it was, okay, you have to type it into Google. You have to look for a little bit. Now it just comes right to you.
So the things that are really going to matter, right, moving forward are, okay, what is your ability to focus? Can you actually focus? Because we live in the age of distraction. People are addicted to multitasking, including me, by the way. I have horrible ADHD, but I'm always doing my best to like manage it. And then also emotional intelligence. EQ is so much more important than IQ in 2025 because there's a lot of smart people, but if you actually try having a conversation with them, they're really fucking awkward and they're really weird, not in a good way.
Not the weird, fun, cringe, weird, bad.
Yeah, like they're completely socially awkward and they can't even like complete a sentence and like make eye contact and like that is a problem. And we have a lot of people who are living their life like that. They might be super smart, intelligent, but when it comes to actually human connection, they're completely incapable. And that's a scary thing. So I don't even know what your original question was, but yeah, it's interesting. It really comes down to like using these tools in a conscious way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like leveraging, like AI is amazing.
I was going to say, yeah. So how do you use that to your advantage then? Because I mean, you have all these tools accessible to you, so we want to use them. But
so I think AI is a great tool for so many things. Like for instance, I'm coming to this podcast. I'm like, okay, hey, what would be some good topics that we can touch on, that we can talk about, that maybe I'm not thinking about right now, right? And it gives me something. I'm like, oh wow, those two are great. That's amazing. But now people are outsourcing everything to it. Like everyone's writing their captions with AI. They're like it, and it's very obvious.
Yeah, the M dashes and the emojis and
that's fine because, like I said, people like the people that are elevating at a higher consciousness, they understand that 90% of the people will stay asleep. That's okay, right?
Oh yeah.
But it's like the people that are again like operating at a higher frequency, they understand. And that's why for me, like when someone comes up to me and they're like, yo, you're just like so real and authentic. For me, that's the best compliment.
Wow, I think it's such a nice compliment. That or you have such a good energy, you know, you uplift people. That's one of the best ever. So I'm totally with you on that. And have you always been this spiritual, like even from a young age?
No, I would say like I've been on a journey. My journey really was different than most people. It wasn't through religion or anything like that. My, I guess, spiritual awakening was in July 2018. And before that, so much of my self-worth and identity was attached to my body, like being a personal trainer and stuff. So that's when I started my podcast shortly thereafter. And I started just sharing more of my truth, not fully and completely to the level I am now. But that started and facilitated the journey. And that's something that I think can benefit everyone. Like, you know, I host these mushroom ceremonies and Israel. We just hosted one, 55 people there. And it's amazing for healing, but it's also amazing for creativity. And it's amazing for opening your mind to what you're actually here for, because so many people are disconnected from their purpose. So once you actually gain clarity with why you're here and why you exist, then the easy part is like starting to share, because now you feel an obligation to help other people. And we live in a world right now that's very selfish. Like, most people who are posting content right now are not actually posting content to help other people. They're posting content to boost their own ego, right? It's like, why do I want more followers? So I have more recognition, more validation. Maybe I get a brand deal. Like, the only reason I post content is literally to help other people. No other reason. Everything else will take care of itself. But so many people are just, again, insecure within themselves, and they use social media and number of followers as a form of validation and self-worth. And that's why doing the inner work and actually doing the healing stuff to feel worthy and complete without any of the external things is really the most important thing, because then you're creating from a space of wholeness where it's like, I'm not doing this because I need something from someone else. I'm doing this because I genuinely feel this desire to share this thing, and with the intention that's going to help someone else improve their life.
Right. It's kind of like this big, circle where it's like, if you want to fulfill yourself and you're not creating content from the right place and you're not honed in on your purpose, then you're going to be left feeling empty. And then it kind of just goes around and around. Because I feel like so many people get stuck when they start creating content. They get so hung up on 200 view jail and why didn't this video do well and why didn't this get so many shares, and then they just stop creating content altogether.
Yeah.
Wow. Was there a point where you ever felt stuck and where you were creating content, you're like, I'm not going to do this anymore, it's not for me?
There's definitely been periods of like burnout where I've like lacked creativity
and how did
lacked
you get
inspiration
past that?
Taking time away from a screen, literally getting out in nature. Like
touching grass.
Yeah, literally, like I go on the Sunset Tayelet walks every single night. I do not miss a night. Like literally.
And nothing's more healing. A Tel Aviv sunset, that'll heal you.
Crazy. So you get out there, you put your bare feet in the sand, you jump in the Mediterranean Sea, you look at some beautiful people. How can you not be inspired after that? I feel so inspired after that. I'm like, okay.
The key is actually book a flight to Israel. And then you're
facts. El, if you're watching this, I want a little partnership deal.
Give a discount those flights. Psh, they're expensive.
I actually just started talking to someone and she works for El like corporate. So I'm going to try and manifest that.
No, that's a connection worth manifesting for sure.
Right?
Wow. Wait, okay. And also you touched on something really important about how everybody's, very selfish and all these things. How do you find that compares between Israel and the US? Because I find that the sense of community here, people always say, is a lot stronger.
Yeah. It's interesting. Well, first of all, let's just, the biggest difference. Okay, so the biggest thing that I appreciate about Israel, as opposed to a place like Miami, where I've lived the last 10 years, is Miami is beautiful in many ways. And it's also extremely materialistic. People are so surface level there. And people are so disconnected from their souls. And Israel feels like such a breath of fresh air, because when you actually connect with people, it feels like it's genuine and authentic, and it's not coming from a transactional space. In America, in Miami, it's like, I'm going to talk to this person because of what I can get from them. It's a lot of that energy. It's
why do you
what
think
can
that
I
is?
extract from you? And it's so much of that. And I actually see it more now that I'm here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what do you think that attributes to? Why do you think people are like that more there versus here?
I think it's just a culture thing. Listen, like there's no, every single person, man or woman in Israel, serves in the army when they're 18 years old. Like, what are kids in America doing at 18? They're literally getting blackout drunk and going to college classes that teach them nothing.
And they're
a fucking
electives,
joke.
Yeah.
So like a 21-year-old girl just finished 3 years in the army. right? I've talked to 21-year-old girls in Israel. They are so much more mentally and emotionally mature than a majority of women in America who are 31. So there's this huge gap in terms of just maturation. Okay, so that's one thing. And then there's also just like there's more values here. Like people are brought up with more family values where it's not like everything isn't about money and material things. Of course, it's nice to have those things because then you have more freedom to do more things with the people you love most, right? I'm not saying like don't have those things and don't like those things are important and they make life more meaningful and fulfilling potentially. But there's just such a heavy emphasis. Like for example, like in Tel Aviv in Israel, you go to the park and you'll just see people with a blanket out and they're playing sheshbesh and they're smoking maybe a little bali shag and they're just connecting and they're laughing and they're talking. They're not on their phone. Like there's real authentic connection everywhere you go. In America, that's very rare to just chill at a park on a blanket and talk for a couple hours, you know? So it's those types of things that I really appreciate here about the life.
Wow, it's one of my favorite places. And I always say my favorite interactions are when you go to the shuk and how people really want to make conversation with you. When they're asking how you are, they really mean it. I tell my local corner store lady, I'm like, oh, I'm having a rough day. She's like, tell me about it. They really mean it.
She's a therapist for you.
Yeah, mini therapist.
Yeah,
a little bit. Wow, and so then, okay, when you came to Israel last summer, what inspired you to come back? Were you trying to come back since October 7th? Like what kind of led to that big trip and how was it coming back for the first time after 13 years?
Yeah, it was amazing. As soon as October 7th happened, honestly, I was like one of the first, probably within a couple of weeks, I was like, how can I get there? How can I help? Unfortunately, I had like things that I needed to take care of in the States. But it was like on my mind every day. I was like, how can I get there? How can I help? When can I make this happen? I just wanted to come and help as many people as possible with the tools and skills that I have. So that was my biggest intention, was to help soldiers, to help Nova survivors, and really anyone who is seeking support. Like that's why I came. And then this summer, I just wanted to do that, but like do it way better than I did last summer. Last summer was amazing. Hosted like 5 ceremonies. But this year has been like,
yeah. What have been what makes this summer feel so much better than last year?
Definitely like I feel like more preparation. Honestly, just like insane levels of like contacts and communication. I have Annalisa here who's helping me, which is amazing. She came from Miami. So yeah, we're just like doing a bunch of cool collaborations. I feel like more people are open to it and way more people know who I am, which makes it amazing for events. And, we've had 3 ceremonies so far. 2 of them were like 50 plus people.
So
and then
cool.
The other one was a more intimate one at my apartment. But just like, I just feel last year, I never felt like I got into a good routine. I felt like I was always tired. And my sleep schedule, and granted, like this trip, my sleep schedule is not great. I probably average like
maybe next summer you'll get that one.
I don't think it is. Like my average sleep time here, I go to bed probably at 3 a.m. on average.
Okay.
And it's not like I'm going out and partying. Like
right, you said okay.
And I'm waking up on average between 7:30 and 8. So that's 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep.
You just wake up early, you're next to construction. I'm like,
I can't like, there's a certain time that I can't sleep past.
Okay.
So I usually like wake myself up with some coffee and then I go to a coffee shop and do like 2 hours of work, 3 hours of work, and then do stuff for my health, my fitness, and then organize, what we're building and doing. So I think that's the biggest thing. I came in with more clear intentions. Okay. And also for sure, like want to meet my wife this summer too. That was one of my intentions.
One of the biggest intentions.
That was probably up there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was on the to-do list. It was the ceremonies, grow platform, meet wife.
Yeah. Wifey for sure.
Wifey for sure. Wait, how's that going for you?
It's going well.
Is she maybe getting a wellness shot later?
She's going, yeah. We need to put one aside for her. Maybe 2, actually.
Maybe 2. Really sweeten her
gonna
up.
appreciate this. It's been great. I mean, without sharing too much, it's been like a little overwhelming because I don't really date that much in Miami because like I'm not really attracted to the women there.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, listen, Miami has a lot of beautiful women, but very surface level beautiful, if that makes sense. Like, again, no judgment, no shade at like breast implants,
All the
lip
Miami
injections.
girls are crying, listening.
Yeah, they're crying through their Botox. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just a completely different like I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but like Israeli women, I deeply respect. That's all I got to say. Is like the women here, like I genuinely, whatever capacity, if it's as a friend, if it's as something more, like I genuinely want to be the best version of myself for them and just be an amazing man. Like that's genuinely how I feel about the women here.
Whoa. I mean, listen, the best compliment I ever got was somebody told me I was mean like an Israeli girl once. And I was like, thank you.
How long have you been here?
4 years.
Okay. So you're like kind of Israeli now.
I made Aliyah, so I basically am.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, whoa, so exciting.
What's your experience been like dating Israeli guys?
I mean, listen, it's very similar. I always say, like, listen, I say that there's a cap. You know, you have the people at 21, Israelis are more mature than Americans, for sure. Once you get to 25, 26, though, things start evening out. You know, Israelis go on their big trip and they start traveling around and finding themselves while Americans start working. So when you get into the late 20s, you know, people start to even out a little bit. No, definitely the maturities, the difference is insane in the early 20s.
I've been told by a few of the girls that I've just connected with and had conversations with here that the Israeli men are either very feminine, like they're too feminine, or they're like too masculine where they're just like they're completely disconnected from their emotions. It's like one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
I honestly, for me, the biggest shock was like the mama's boy mentality because family is really, really important here. And it's like very, very common to live at home, you know, for a longer period of time than it is in the States. Like me and all my friends, we were all moved out by 18.
Yeah.
All doing our own. Here, there's 27-year-olds that don't do their own laundry because they're still living at home and their mom's still making them food. But they were in the army. They probably have severe PTSD from Milwaukee. Like they've done other things and they have other stuff going on. But it's so insane to me, the culture of, you know, how much people are with their family, spending every Friday night together, how normal it is to like live at home and be with your family. And I honestly respect it. And I'm like, if I could have saved some money and lived at home, that probably would have been really, really nice to do that. So
do you think you'll marry an Israeli guy?
Hashem. I hope so. So you can manifest that for me as well. We can manifest together.
All right, let's do it. The Israeli guys are just incredibly handsome guys. Like if I say this all the time, if I was gay, which I'm not, Tel Aviv would be the best place to be. Like
Tel Aviv is the best place to be, period. I think.
Straight up. It is. But like, yeah, the guys are just, but I did find out from this girl I was talking to yesterday, she said a lot of the guys in Israel, especially in Tel Aviv, actually have like, they've done Botox to make their jaws look certain ways.
Really?
And it's crazy because I've always, like Israeli guys have amazing jawlines and their beards are like impeccable.
Oh yeah, no, their beards are crazy.
And I'm like, how do they do this? Like their genetics are crazy. And I'm like, wait, are they cheating? Are they doing this Botox shit? So I don't know. I'm going to investigate this. But,
do more research, let us know.
But I posted this video last week and it went crazy viral and it was like the most basic video. It was literally just saying Israeli women are the most beautiful women in the world and there's not even a close second. Like I've been to every single place in Europe, Ibiza, Miami, LA, like none of these places come close. And that's just on a physical level. Like on a physical level, Israeli women are more beautiful than any other type of woman in the world. And then, like, you know, you get the Moroccan Israelis, you get the Yemenites, you get that. Like,
I love it. Yeah,
you get all of this. Like, they have so much love and also a lot of fire.
Oh,
so it's like they will love you so much, but if you do them wrong, like you're gonna deal with. Oh,
it's over. Yeah, you got.
But I like that. I like the passion. I love that. You just got to be really intentional. You
gotta
can't
be
fuck
ready
up. You can't play with these Israeli women.
Well, and
You
it's
really
funny because
can't.
people really don't understand, right, that there are so many different types of Israelis. I think even when people think about Israel, they think that there's one type of person and one type of look, and people are like, "Oh, I thought it was all white people there." I'm like, no.
That's just one of the many myths about Israel.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
And do you have a lot of friends back or people back home that, they're all connected to Israel, or you're kind of the main person with your community at home that has been to Israel and is connected to everything that's going on here?
I mean, so I convinced my best friend to come with me this trip. So I stayed with him this
Wow.
last
And
month.
has he been to Israel before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually met him on that gap year.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oy, cute.
Yeah. So he lives in Miami now too. So he came with me for the month. One of my other best friends who hasn't been to Israel for like 15 years, he's coming next month, which is huge because like he runs a law firm and like, so that's going to be amazing to have him and show him around a little bit. Definitely, I feel like one of my things that I'm realizing now is that so many people in America, a lot of Jewish people included, are brainwashed because they think coming to Israel right now is super scary and dangerous. And I'm like, listen, I feel more safe in Israel, whether it's Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Kfar Saba, Bat Yam, Holon, Rehovo. I feel way safer in any of these places than America. And that's not to say America is dangerous, but like it's absolutely incredible here. But you watch mainstream media and again, you think there's just violence and terror everywhere. And it's just so far from the truth. So I want to let Jews all over the world know that you should come to Israel. Like it'll just take your spiritual connection to the next level. It'll take your connection to Judaism to the next level. Like there's no reason not to come. It's the biggest mistake I made, like I said, was not coming for 13 years.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to make that mistake again. And I hope I can help others avoid that same mistake.
Wow, that's amazing. And I think it's so interesting too, because you were saying also before that a lot of your videos started doing really, really well. And it was just kind of you having fun in Israel. And do you think that's because it's something that people aren't seeing enough of?
Yeah, probably. Can pass me my phone? It's crazy. Like literally, I'll post these videos from the Tayelet just going on runs and just saying like, holy shit, Tel Aviv, the people here are so beautiful. Like, I don't understand how
those are the videos that blow up that you're putting
they get like 800,000 views and like 3,000 comments. And it's just crazy. But it's also, that's why I'm saying, I'm like, I'm not really sharing anything valuable, but I think people appreciate it. Like Israelis appreciate it because they don't have the same perspective I do. Mm-hmm. If you live in Tel Aviv, you don't understand how amazing Tel Aviv is.
Or you become a little jaded to it.
Yeah, you get used to it and you think like, oh no, you live in Miami? Oh my gosh, Miami? That's where I want to go. That's my dream. I'm like, I tell every single Israeli, you live in paradise. Tel Aviv is 10 times better than Miami. Go visit, see for yourself. Go visit New York, have fun, enjoy, experience it. Definitely do that. Tel Aviv is far and away better. The food, the people, the energy, the weather, literally every single aspect is better. So I forgot what you were asking. Oh, about the videos. Yeah. So I think people are just resonating with like, oh wow, I forgot how awesome it is where I live. And like Americans see it and they're like, I've had 6 people message me in the last like 8 days saying that they booked their flight in the last week because they saw one of my videos.
Wow, that's so impactful.
So yeah, I'm trying to get that partnership with LL. I'm serious.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Jeremy
make it
Awakens, LL collab. I love it.
That would be dope.
I'm manifesting it for you.
I would be a flight attendant.
Yeah, you can be on the infomercial before people take off.
That'd be sick. We should make that happen.
Like I said, I love to see it. I'm ready for my next flight. Jeremy Awakens on my screen.
That would be so. You planted a seed.
Okay.
I'm not going to let this one go.
And I don't think you should. Okay, and also for the name, how did you end up as Jeremy Awakens?
Yeah.
How did that even come about?
So my real name is Jeremy Abramson. Jeremy Seth Abramson. Yeah, and so we have these sacred mushroom chocolates, and the brand's called Awaken. So
Oh.
so that was one of the things. And then it sounded so aligned because I'm like, at the end of the day, what am I hoping to help people with? And it's to awaken to their truth, to awaken to their potential, to awaken to the fire inside of them, to awaken to the possibilities that they have, that they don't have to stay stuck in some box, some matrix that's told them to work a 9-to-5 job that they hate, or that they need antidepressants because they're feeling a little depressed one day, right? Like, so that's really all encompassing is awaken. Like awaken to what is real and to what you're capable of.
And were you looking to come? Was that the name that you opened the account with, or
No.
What happened? How was that?
It used
how did
to
that
be
transform?
Coach Jeremy 305 for the longest time. Coach Jeremy when I was like training and
Like
coaching.
Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, and 305. And I was like, and then I was like, this is no longer aligned. And people would call me coach and stuff like that. I was like, I'm a coach, but like I don't. It became less aligned, I guess.
And when was that? Around what time did you feel like
2 years ago, maybe?
Wow, okay. And then you were basically, so you're eating your chocolate, you're looking for a new name, you come up with the idea Awaken, and you're like, that's going to be the name, that's going to be the brand.
It was something like that. Yeah, like honestly, I think one of the best things that anyone can do, especially people who are creating, is be connected to your intuition. And if you think about it, like so often we're not.
Right.
Like they say, trust your gut. And it's so true. Like if we actually trusted our gut more, then we would be in much better places in our life most of the time. So same thing with literally 2 months ago, started To Fill In Gang. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, a little bit.
So like was rapping To Fill In. And then there was like, we had a little crew in Miami that would rap To Fill In the mornings. And then other people would occasionally tag me because they were like inspired to rap To Fill In.
There, you had this idea that.
And I was like, first thing that came to mind, To Fill In Gang. And I was like, there's no way that account is going to be open. Like someone definitely took that. And I searched it and it was open. And the website domain was open, tofillandgang.com.
Oh,
and
you're
I was
like, and that's for me.
Exactly.
Wow.
I was at a Kabbalah.
So cute.
I was at a Kabbalah class and I literally I told the teacher who's a friend of mine, I was like, bro, I'm sorry. Like I respect the class. I got to like take care of this because I was, yeah. So there's that, trust your intuition. And then there's also understanding that inspiration is very temporary. So like as a creator, this is something I'm literally still like doing my best to figure out is when do I feel most creative? When do I feel most inspired on a daily basis? Some people, it might be early in the morning, right? Some people are night owls. And like a lot of artists that I know, they write their best music at 2 or 3 in the morning. And instead of judging that as like, oh my gosh, I should be sleeping. It's like, no, find out what works for you and realize that that inspiration is very temporary. Like when you're feeling called to share a message or record a video, the best time to do it is right now. Don't wait till 2 hours from now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till next week because the energy that you're feeling right now in this moment is very unique and special. And you need to go all in on it.
Well, you like really have to embrace it. So whenever you have the creative juices flowing, just go with it, start filming it. I love that. I think that's so important because I think we're all in the mindset of, we have to wake up early and work out and eat this and then start working from these hours to these hours and then stop.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Wow. And so when was your moment where you kind of felt the most aligned, where you understood, wow, I'm really making it when it comes to social media, when it comes to helping people, fulfilling your purpose? When was your first aha moment?
That's such an interesting question. I feel like there, to be honest, I would say like, honestly, my time here, this time.
Really?
Like this summer has been when it's like hit the most.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I feel like people think that, once I have X amount of followers, I'll figure it out. Or once I have, you know what I mean? They're always
there's like a lot of little moments, right? There's a lot of little moments and like, whether it's like a live event, whether it's, a kind message someone sends you, whether it's like growing your business from your social media following, all those things are nice. But being in Israel, just receiving the amount of love, like on the Tayela, getting stopped like all the time and like going to a cafe and like all those things, it makes me realize like, okay, like it was the right decision to trust my intuition and just like share these things because this is exactly who I'm supposed to impact right now. And there's always going to be those, I feel like it's those little moments that are like reminders. Okay, this is why I got to keep going. But I think there needs to be that greater why. Like I was saying earlier, if you're just creating to get a shit ton of views, and I think a lot of people come from that energy, right? But what's the greater why? Like, who do you want to help? Who do you want to reach? And a great way to figure that out is by understanding your own life story. Like, for example, what's the biggest obstacle you've overcome in your life?
Whoa, loaded question. Honestly, okay, the biggest one probably moving here by myself.
Okay.
New country, new everything, new language, and having to do it all by myself.
Okay. What about before that? Like your early childhood?
Oh, my early childhood?
Like when you were a teenager, like were there any challenges with your family, your parents?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we get into a whole therapy session. No, but I had like a lot of, also I grew up overseas. So I actually had to move to America for the first time when I was 16. So
Okay,
I was
where'd you grow up?
Vienna, Austria.
Oh, wow.
So I was integrating to American public school at the age of 16, my junior year of high school. And I was like, it's that phase like you hate your parents already.
Yeah.
And now they're removing you. And so you already hate your parents. And now you're in this brand new place and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And how do I fit in? And I'm like awkward and going through puberty.
Yeah.
All at once.
Yeah, that's a lot. A lot of hormones.
All at once, all together.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things, and without going even deeper, a great thing that people can do is literally understand the obstacles they've overcome in their life. And once you overcome that, it's like, oh, wow, I want to help others not have to go through the pain that I went through. You know what I mean?
Right.
So whether that's like people making aliyah and helping them integrate better, or whatever other challenges you went through, but that's like a great place to start. You know, the people who are making the most impact in the world right now are usually the people that had the roughest childhoods. And they just didn't want to repeat that. They didn't want to perpetuate the problems. So they had this crazy level of motivation to transmute the pain into their purpose. And that's really what life is all about. You know, Kabbalah, we talk a lot about tikkun, your soul's repair. So we all came in here with something for our soul to repair, whether that is the fear of abandonment, whether it's jealousy, whether it's some sort of insecurity, whatever it may be. And that is actually also our biggest blessing, our tikkun, right?
Yeah.
And once we actually repair that tikkun, then I think it's our responsibility to help others on their journey of repairing their soul. So that's a great place to start. So if you're someone who had crazy ADHD, or you had a really challenging chronic illness, right? And you were let down by the medical system and you healed yourself through nutrition and all these things, most likely that's what you're going to pursue.
So interesting. Yeah, I love that. I think that's so interesting. I think it's a beautiful place to start. And it then really helps people hone in on their why and actually feel passionate about what they're doing, not just for the views, for the likes and all those things.
Yeah. And the passions also evolve and change too. Like I used to be really passionate about, and I'm still very passionate about health and coaching people, but to be honest, I'm way more passionate about the stuff I'm doing now. Like the stuff I'm doing here, like it's lighting me up way more.
Wow, you can tell you're radiating that energy, you know? And you're still healing people just in a different way and still helping them with their health, whether it's mental, physical.
Yeah. I think people underestimate too, like what I'm learning more and more is that a lot of times it's not about what you say. You can say something really valuable and knowledgeable in a video, but it's the energy that you're communicating with. So I can literally just like not say a word, but just be emitting positive, radiating energy, and people will feel that. And I'm realizing that more and more. Like sometimes, like I told this girl that I went to dinner with, and it's like, you know, you want to get to know each other and have nonstop conversation. And like, I intentionally for a minute didn't say anything. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just like appreciating the silence right now and like just experiencing your energy, like nothing else. You know, you don't have to talk all the time.
Energy?
It's great energy.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing
So that's
energy.
some life advice. Sit with the energy for a second. Make sure you're vibing and
Yeah. Sometimes
Wow.
less is more.
and amen to that. Ain't
Yeah.
that the truth?
I'm
mean,
spitting bars right now.
yeah, wait, you really dropping some facts right now. Listen, these are all my questions for you. Is there anything that you really feel that it's really important to share about yourself, your journey, advice for anyone who might be listening?
For sure. I mean, I think we covered a lot. We can still keep going. I think our conversation's amazing.
For sure.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Me too.
I mean, even with those, because I know there's a lot of creators, like you said, even those videos I was mentioning where I'm like not really talking about anything meaningful. They're also just literally selfie videos using the captions on Instagram. And I think we're also living in an era where it's like we think the more production quality, the better, right? All the time. And a lot of times people feel disconnected from that. And it's like the real shit, like where it's like selfie style and it's like they feel like they're there with you.
Right. Like FaceTime type of content.
Exactly. It literally feels like you're FaceTiming someone.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Well, it's so much more fun. And I love seeing, I always say, like, I love seeing creators like me. I want to see somebody in my similar position on the other side of the world, also just walking down the beach or, wherever they live and seeing what their life is like. Like, it's so interesting just to see real authenticity when there's so much fakeness going on all at once.
Where do you live in Israel?
Tel Aviv.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What part?
Florentine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, new to Florentine, so it's exciting.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Very
to figure
city.
out where I should move my next place because I'm on Rothschild right now.
Okay.
Rothschild.
Okay, so I'm right behind Rothschild.
Oh, yeah?
Like that area, like beginning of Levinsky.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you like the area?
Love, yeah. City.
Some people say
city girl.
Florentine's like kind of hood.
It is kind of hood, but like I love that it's kind of hood.
Yeah, I don't think it's kind of hood though. At least what I've
for
experienced.
Tel Aviv it is. It's not compared to the US, but it's
yeah, it doesn't give
it's
me
nice.
a hood.
Well, what kind of vibe are you going for in your new Tel Aviv era?
I need a nice balcony. That's very important.
Don't we all?
I'm a big
Don't
balcony.
we all?
The thing is, I'm not gonna find a place like the one I'm in now because it was with my friends. So we got this big 2-bedroom place.
Oh wow.
That's super nice. But yeah, a balcony for my shesh besh and bally shag is crucial. I like a little nature, like some trees off the balcony where I can see.
Okay, I'm like trees in Tel Aviv. I'm like, you might have to go up to Ramat Aviv to near Park Hayarkon to get the greenery.
Yeah, true. Honestly, just being able to the walking too.
I know being able to walk everywhere is my favorite thing.
By the way, that's another thing. You go in any average city in America, and over 40% of the people you see are obese. 70% are overweight. That's disgusting.
Crazy.
You walk in Israel, literally, and I'm like caught off guard when I see a fat person. I'm like, that person's definitely American.
Yeah.
Literally.
You're not from here.
Because why? Why is that? It's because people here are walking as part of their lifestyle. They're like actually just moving their bodies throughout the day and they're eating real food and they're celebrating Shabbat, which spiritually is like a beautiful thing, but there's very few fat people. And I think America can learn a lot from the culture here, honestly. It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about that. 40% is obese in America. 40%. That's crazy. And like the childhood obesity.
Crazy.
That's another thing in Israel. No ugly, like the babies are so
the children
cute.
are cute.
No, there's literally no unattractive people. It's crazy.
I know. I say there's something in the water, and the good thing is it's it has an effect. Like if you come here and you stay here for long enough, you too will get hotter.
Yeah,
it rubs off on you.
I feel
Everyone's
like it's working on me.
Yeah.
I did the blonde hair.
Yeah.
This was
this was new for.
Yeah, this was new.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like Eminem a little bit, you know.
Yeah. So basically, I came here and I was like going back to identity and just having fun. I was like, you know what? Like I always had the same exact hair for like years. I'm like, why? Like I'm gonna come to Tel Aviv and I'm just gonna fucking bleach my hair. Why not? Why not? I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm doing it for myself. And I'm like, I love that. I love that I'm just doing it for me and nobody else. Like I didn't ask anyone like, yo, do you think I should do this? You know, I'm just like, yo, let's have fun. Let's do it. Like,
and I feel like that's the Israeli mindset. And that's one of the things that I noticed when I first came here is Israelis march to the beat of their own drums.
Yeah.
Where they don't care about following a certain plan. Like they're really doing whatever they feel like doing in the moment. In the States, sometimes it's college, working, you have your whole life planned out. Here, people are really doing what they feel like doing. And I think it's so amazing.
Yeah, they're going with the
Wow.
flow. What would you say is one thing that you maybe like about America better than Israel? What's like the number one thing you miss?
The salaries.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I mean, for me, it's my family.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's that there is, that my family's there. But I mean, as far as culturally, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really grow up in America, so that's why it's hard.
Yeah. Well, you're in Austria?
In Austria.
Do you recommend going to visit?
Love
really?
Vienna. Yeah. I think it's beautiful. I mean, but it's Europe. A lot of Europe looks the same to some people, but I mean, I really love Vienna. I think it's culturally, historically, there's so much there. So I definitely recommend.
Cool. I'm looking to see potentially to do like some little weekend European.
You should, while you're here, do all your travels. Jeremy Awakens goes global.
Yeah.
With LL.
Yo, we should hit them up. We need to make sure they see this.
Well, we'll make sure to tag them. We'll tag
them. Do you have
any
other things like that you want to talk about?
You covered everything from us. Anything else you want to share?
I mean, really just get your ass to Israel if you're watching this. It's the best thing you can do for your soul. Honestly, even I think it's important for non-Jews to come to Israel too. It's like, it's so easy to get brainwashed by all the information and misinformation. And it's what really frustrates me, honestly, is like the amount of people who have influence who talk so negatively about Israel and they've never been to Israel. Candace Owens, Dave Smith, Dan Bilzerian, these people are absolute morons. Like they spread misinformation every single day and they speak so confidently so people believe them. For instance, Candace Owens said something about the old city in Jerusalem, how it's broken up in these 4 quarters, right? Like the Jewish quarter, the Christian quarter, the Muslim quarter, and the
starts with an A.
Armenian quarter. And she's like, yeah, see, like Israel separates everyone by their religion. And I was like, no, you've clearly never been to the old city. Because if you knew that, like, Jews can go into the Muslim quarter, Muslims are in the Jewish quarter. Like, there isn't that separation. And that's what, again, frustrates me. And people just spread these lies like Israel's an apartheid state, when in reality, over 20% of the population is Arab. Like, people are just ignorant. And that's something that we really need to do, is just like spread the truth. And that's why every Jewish person with a platform has an obligation to spread the truth. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing yourself a service. Like, you have an obligation. That's my opinion. So yeah, I really just want to keep exposing the lies and revealing the truth.
That's amazing. And we're excited to see so much more of the content, all the great stuff that you're going to do. And wow, we're ready to see the truth. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, Jeremy. This was awesome.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much, love.
Amazing. Bye, guys. Hope you enjoyed.
Peace.